du soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil. I am in the mood for summer. Finally, it's starting to feel like summer here. It's been raining for so long, and this weekend has been the first weekend where the weather is really, really nice. So I was like, let me do some summer romance reading vlogs. I'm a mood reader, so if I'm at a beach, if I am by the pool, I want to read a book that happens at a pool, on a vacation, by the beach, anything. I'm such a mood reader. It just makes me love the book even more. So since this weekend was probably one of the first warm, really nice weekends we've had, I decided to go to the pool. And when I was at the pool, I decided to read the book Happy Place. I've had this for a little while now, and I bought it from Pocket Books bookstore. And I bought it and I was saving it for the summer. And I was like, yes, I am ready to read this book. So yeah, this is my first book I read for this weekend. I have read Emily Henry's other books and I've enjoyed her books. The only one I didn't love was People Meet on Vacation. It just wasn't my favorite, but I did enjoy this. I wanted some more romance in it. It wasn't my favorite romantic book, but I loved the friendships that were in this book. I thought it was really cute. But yeah, I was definitely tearing up at some parts in this book, but I enjoyed it. I wouldn't consider this a romance. I would consider it, is it fiction? Don't quote me on that, but I don't know, it wasn't as romantic as I thought it would be from picking it up and reading the back of this book. I thought it would be more romance in this book. The other summer books that I currently own are One Golden Summer, Code Word Romance. I hadn't really heard people talk about this, but I just saw this in Barnes & Noble and it looked good. I think it's like a romance with like some spies. Ooh, I love a spy. So I was like, let me check this out. And then The Roughest Draft. This one has been on my TBR for the longest while, and then I picked it up from Barnes hoping to read it this summer. So I'm thinking I'm only gonna get to a few of these. I don't think all of them, but I'm hoping to pick up one of these next. But yeah, I do plan on going to the beach next weekend, so I will definitely be bringing one of those books with me. All I know is that I don't want something with a dual timeline. I just felt like I've read so many books recently, or I guess the last couple books I've been reading had dual timelines. Like this had dual timeline with the main couple. I read what is that one by Christina Lauren where they have the cabins next to each other? Oh yes, I just read it. Give me one moment. Love in Other Words, that was the one I was talking about. This is a Christina Lauren one I read kind of recently, and it had a dual timeline. And then the other book I read that had a dual timeline was The Co-op. So I kind of don't want to read a book that has a dual timeline. I'm over it. It's particularly not my favorite thing in a book, so I kind of don't want to read a book with that right now. I'm leaning more towards one of these books for my next read, and I definitely want to take one of these to the beach with me. I am going to the beach with my niece and my nephew, and me and my sister are taking them. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to be able to get done, because I'm probably going to be mostly focusing on them and making sure they have a good time. So we'll see, but it's feeling like summer, and I definitely want to read one of these two next. I'm not sure which one, but we will see. Okay, so hopefully you saw in the last clip I had started the rough draft when I was at the beach with my niece and nephew. I did not get a chance to read as much as I wanted to at the beach just because this was our first time to the beach with them, and I was just keeping like auntie watch out, making sure everyone was good, everyone was okay, everyone had a snack, everyone had their toys, everyone was playing in the sand. Some of them got too hot, had to cool them down, reapplying sunscreen. So I really did not get that far after the beach. But after that, because now it's like it's days later, I got more into the book. So I'm pretty much almost done with the book. So The Roughest Draft, I feel like I saw this years ago. This has been on my TV for a few years, and I've recently just picked it up from the bookstore. And I knew it was about like writers and they were working together on a draft. I didn't realize their history. First time I saw it, maybe I confused it with another book, I'm not sure, but I thought it was two writers who were enemies and they end up having to work together to finish this book. And I was like, ooh, I love an enemies to lovers, this, that, and other thing. So yeah, I really do think maybe I got this confused with another summer book, even though I did want to read this, but I think I got the descriptions mixed up. So that's what I thought. And so I was like, oh, I know this is about whatever, this, that, and other thing. Started reading it. Definitely wasn't about that. Wasn't how I thought. So then I read the back. And it says, 3 years ago, Katrina Freeling and Nathan Van Heusen were the brightest literary stars on the horizon, their co-written book topping bestseller lists. But on the heels of their greatest success, they ended their partnership on bad terms, for reasons neither would divulge to the public. They haven't spoken since and never plan to, except they have one final book due on contract. Facing a crossroads in their personal and professional lives, they're forced to reunite. The last thing they ever thought they'd do again is hole up in a tiny Florida town where they wrote their previous book, trying to finish a new manuscript quickly and painlessly. Working through the reasons they've hated each other for the past 3 years isn't easy, especially not while writing a romantic novel. While passion and prose push them closer together in Florida heat, Katrina and Nathan will learn that relationships, like writing, sometimes take a few rough drafts before they get it right. So yeah, different than what I thought. So I'm reading this and I was like, oh wow, they have a lot more history than I thought they did. And this book has a dual timeline, and I don't know why every book I've been picking up lately has a dual timeline. And it's not that I hate that when that's in a book, it's just not my favorite thing. I prefer to meet the relationship towards the beginning and see it from beginning to end. So when there's all this like history we don't know about, I don't love that. And a lot of times when I'm reading a dual timeline, there's one timeline I don't care about, and I was like, you're just wasting my time. Or I'm just like, just hurry up and tell me already. So that's why I usually don't like a dual timeline, and I don't usually enjoy reading them. And I've been reading, I feel like the last few books I've been picking up like back to back to back have all had it, and when I saw that this book had it, I'm just like, oh my goodness, not again. This is a good book and I'm enjoying reading it. It's definitely not a book where, oh my goodness, I need to see what happens next. So I've been reading this at work to try to push me to read it through all my breaks, and then when I put it down, I don't really go to it too much when I'm at home. So it's been okay. It's taken me a couple more days to read this than expected, but that's fine. That is fine. But yeah, another thing that's kind of happening in this book, so there's these two writers. They wrote this book about a romance where these two people kind of had an affair, and so people are thinking that they broke up because, that they no longer write together because they had an affair because of their book. So a lot of people are presenting rumors, but no one actually knows what happened between these two authors and why they haven't spoken in like 3 to 4 years. And when we go to the past timeline, you kind of see what went down and what happened. So I do not enjoy cheating in a book. I really don't like it. It's very, very rare when cheating happens and I still am enjoying the book or the main characters. Let me just put that out there. So when they're talking about like these rumors and what happened between them, and me as a reader not really knowing what happened, I'm just like, I really don't want them to have been cheating, whatever. Because in the past, One of them is married and one of them single. And currently, one of them's engaged and one of them's single. So in every timeline, one of them's in a relationship. And so I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. So far, we've been doing okay. If they have cheated, it has not happened yet. But I'm kind of a little hesitant. And I think that's why it's taking me a little bit slower to read this book, because I just don't enjoy that in any type of book. Even if, usually if like one of the main characters is with someone who's like terrible to them, and then they find someone else, like I'm like, okay. But typically, if there's like any type of cheating in a book, I'm not gonna like it or enjoy it. So this like teeters the line of that, and it is a good book. I'm interested to see how it ends and what I will rate it. But hopefully I can finish this soon. I am currently braiding my hair, so I don't think I'll be finishing this in the next couple days. But once I'm done with my hair, I will finish this book. But I think after this I really need to read something that does not have a dual timeline, because I'm over it. So I just realized that I did not do a review for this book. So yeah, I finished the roughest draft, ended up giving it 2.75 stars. It was okay. I just didn't love it because, again, I'm just not a fan of the dual timeline and certain aspects of the book. But overall, it's an okay read. Yeah, so let us move on to the rest of this video. Okay, so the next book that I'm deciding to pick up is Code Word Romance. And this is not a very big book at all. I think it might be very close to 300, if not. Yeah, it's like a little bit over 300 pages. But I saw this in Barnes & Noble. I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about this one. But I'll read the back for you. One fake prime minister, one ridiculously hot handler, and one Italian summer collide in this thrilling adventure rom-com. Max is just your average girl. She works odd jobs, has a soul-crushing amount of debt, and happens to bear an uncanny resemblance to Europe's youngest female prime minister, Sophia Christensen. Sophia is powerful, beautiful, and unfortunately someone is trying quite hard to assassinate her. When the CIA approaches Max with a deal, a life-changing amount of money if she pretends to be Sophia on the Prime Minister's annual Italian vacation, she packs her bags for the Amalfi Coast. The delicious food, the breathtaking views, this trip would be a dream if it weren't for those pesky assassins and Flynn, the handler assigned to Max's case. Flynn, who has an unexpected history with Max from another sun-drenched summer years and years ago, has been instructed to stay in Max's suite to protect her as old passions and assassins collide. Losing herself in the role of a prime minister is one thing, but losing her heart to Flynn again, now that's a risk she isn't willing to take. When I read that, y'all, at Barnes & Noble, I was like, yes, immediately, yes. I'm a little upset it took me so long to pick this up, but I'm excited to read it. I've just been reading a lot of the, typical romance, and I just wanted something a little different. I really do enjoy an action, adventure, romance, just like a little something extra to add to the story. I do enjoy those. So I'm excited to pick this up. I did already start reading this at work, and I'm on page 2. So I didn't really get that much to read because it was really busy at work today, and my lunch I was not reading. But I only read page 1 and a part of page 2, and when I tell you, I was like, I want to read this right now. Like, it was just gripping me from the first page. Yes. So I am very excited to read this. I got a little work done, and my reward is to begin reading this book again. So Let's see. I'm hoping that, because right now today's Wednesday, and I want to go to the pool this Saturday, and I don't want to read any more summer romances at the moment. So I'm hoping I can read some of this, and I can savor it and save a little bit left for Saturday while I'm at the pool to kind of end my summer reading romance vlog. So let's hope I can savor this for a little bit longer and not want to devour it. But we will see. We will see. So it is Code Word Romance by Carly Walker. My bad, forgot to mention the author. But yeah, let's get to reading and let's see. Okay, so I had planned on continuing this book and reading it at the pool this weekend. Turns out it wasn't the best day for the pool. I was available to go to the pool. It was only going to be like up to like 73, 74 degrees. And it was cloudy and it was drizzling here and there. And I'm like, I'm okay. I don't really need to go to the pool. So unfortunately, I won't be reading this book by the pool like I wanted. But I'm definitely going to continue it. I'm probably not going to finish tonight. I don't think so. I'm right here. Like, this is where I'm at. I feel like I should have been farther down this book already, but it is what it is. And it's not like I'm not liking it. I just haven't been, like, into it, like, completely focused on it to, like, devour it. But it has been really good. But I don't know how much I told you guys about this book. But basically, the woman, her name is Max, and she looks like exactly like a Prime Minister, Sophia, Europe's youngest female Prime Minister. She looks like exactly like her. And so the CIA approached her and asked her to be her body double because Sophia is in some trouble, or like people are trying to like hurt her, kill her, and they need someone to be a decoy while they figure out who it is. And so this girl's like, that seems kind of dangerous. I don't know if I want to do that. But then she finds out how much money they're going to pay her, and she really needs the money. So she's like, sure, yeah. Turns out that her handler, whoever's going to be her handler, his name is, what's his name? Flynn. Flynn, they knew each other when they were younger, and he kind of like broke her heart. And then she finds out that he's her handler, and she's like, ah! And I just got to the part, guys, where she finds out that they're gonna have to share a room because he's like her handler / bodyguard for this, because they're trying to keep this circle small. Who actually knows who she is? They're not trying to tell a lot of people because they want to find out who are the assassins trying to hurt the Prime Minister. So she just finds out they're gonna have to share a room. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm only like 20% in, and she just found that out. But I am enjoying this. I just haven't been like dedicated in reading this, so I'm gonna see how far I can get the next couple hours. And then I don't know if I'm gonna finish this tonight. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna keep on, and we're gonna see what else happens in here. Code Word Romance, and I really enjoyed it. It was exactly what I wanted, just something a little different than what I've been reading, and I had a great time. So if you're looking just for a slightly different romance, I would definitely suggest Code Word Romance, and it's a good book to read for like a vacation read or maybe a summer read at the beach. I just had a good time. So if you like a little bit of action in your romances, this is one you need to check out right here. This is the last book in this video. Finally finished this romance reading vlog. It just took so much longer than I expected because I was not having a great time reading those. Like, they weren't bad books. I just was not in the mood for all of them being like dual timeline. So these two have you're following two different timelines, like kind of like flashbacks throughout the books. And that's just not my favorite thing, so I just wasn't enjoying it. And before I read these two, there were other books I was reading that also had that, and I just wanted something different. So I'm glad I did this one. But that's 3 romance books off my TBR. I don't know if I'm gonna read anymore. Don't know if I'm gonna have time or in the mood. But yeah, these are the 3 books. My favorite to least favorite. So I'm gonna put Code Word Romance first, then we're gonna have Happy Place second, and then The Roughest Draft third. So next time, I'm not really in like the biggest mood to read right now. I think I'm just gonna watch some TV, some movies. But next time I'm in the mood to read, you will see me again probably in another vlog. But I hope you guys enjoy this video of just me reading some romance books. And it was a little rough during some parts, and I'm so sorry about that. But until next time, bye.